somebody like that is officially in the top 20, which it's the first time you've had a song go in the top 20. I got to imagine, like, just trying to wrap my head around that. What was it like for you? Where were you at when you got the news that you officially cracked the top 20, and how did you celebrate?
So I was just driving in my car, and actually, my boyfriend was driving, and I was getting some text messages. It all started rolling in, and I was just like, seriously, this entire thing has been just so much of my life, of my career, has been like focused on having a radio single and wanting that radio success. So this feels like all of that hard work is paying off, and it's so exciting. I always keep a bottle of champagne in my fridge because I'm like, I never know when I'm gonna have to celebrate, and that was the first thing that I did when I got home. I just popped some champagne and called my mom, and that's kind of what I do anytime I get some good news. So this is really exciting.
Well, congratulations. And of course, the album is Love, Heartbreak, and everything in between. It's out now. When I first heard you, I want to say I was cooking or like cleaning the kitchen or something. And I just had a playlist on with a bunch of songs. And I Hate This came on. And I stopped what I was doing because it's such a great song. And it really, the lyrics really explain, you know, running into that person that you still have feelings for and you're still in love with. And you said you would be friends, but of course you're never really friends. Can you tell me about that song in particular, and putting that on the album?
So yeah, that song was really just like I had gone through a breakup, and it was just nobody really talks about that like weird in between period where you're like, are we really done though, or are we gonna like say we're friends and then we're gonna end up back together? You know, it's like that weird in between period where you're not sure if you're supposed to start, moving on and try to find somebody else, or what is going on. And I just feel like pretty much everybody that's been in that situation has said to themselves, like, I hate this. I just want to move past this and get over this part of my life. And we just thought it'd be really unique to write a song that literally just says exactly that. You hate that feeling, and once you get out on the other side, you can kind of look back on it. But when you're in it, it just feels like the worst thing in the world.
Well, it's a huge props to you, because while I think you're right that like the easiest way of saying it is I hate this, because that's what we all say, but the way that you do it with your vocals and the music is just very, it's, I mean, you feel the I hate this in it, and it's that's props to you. It's really amazing, truly.
Thank you so much. That's really nice of you to say that, because I do like in the writing process. So much of it is trying to get that like melody to match the like angsty feeling or whatever song you're trying to write. Make sure the melody really plays to that as well, because I think that's where a lot of the emotion comes from. So thank you.
I want to, of course, absolutely. I want to talk about Moment of Weakness, which of course, you perform on The Bachelor, and immediately you get all of this success, right? I mean, you had success before, certainly in Canada and whatnot, but on The Bachelor, you perform that song. I want to know what the next day was like for you. Did your phone start blowing up? Did you start getting like Instagram followers? Like, what happened? Walk me through that.
Yeah, all of that. It was like that night. It was just like I remember staying up because that song went to like number one on the iTunes chart. And I was so blown away. And not only that, but people were like going and finding my old music that, I released completely independently. And they were finding that music, and those albums were showing up on the charts. And my mind was blown at how much people just like dove into who I was as an artist. And my phone was blowing up. Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff was just going off because a lot of people had never heard of me before. And to see a new artist on The Bachelor, like most of the times it's very established artists and they're going on there to promote a single and that's what's happening. But for us, it was really like they decided to take a chance on a new artist that they believed in and they wanted to see, what their platform could do. And I think they proved that that platform is very strong, and also all of their viewers, a lot of their viewers are country music fans, and so when they see something on a show that they like, they go and find it afterwards.
It's a great song, and it was a great moment to watch that happen. My wife and I watched it, so we watched it happen when you performed. I want to go back to somebody like that, and I want to talk about the fact that you wrote this song about like your parents and your grandparents. Is that right? Did you play the song for them, and what was their reaction when they heard it for the first time?
This was kind of one that I played them like the full blown demo. Like I wasn't just like sitting there playing it for them, so I didn't get to see their reaction because I was just like sending them a text message with the demo. But I remember my mom's response was, "Oh my gosh, I love this," and she was immediately like, "Is this going to be your single?" Like she
Right.
was very excited about it, and I think like this was the first time for me, just as a songwriter and as an artist, when I sent that song around to management and the label, the team. It was just everybody was like, "This is it," and I think that's a really great feel. It takes a lot of pressure off as an artist to know, okay, we've got the song, and now we can kind of like build everything else around it. So I remember being really excited about that, and yeah, when we were writing it, we were talking about our relationships, or like relationships that we look up to, whether it was our grandparents or our parents or just a great couple around us. Just wanting what they have and not settling until we find it.
Sure, absolutely. Kind of talking about that song and going to a different section of the album. There's a lot of like heartbreak songs on there. I mean, you were in a long term relationship, and there's a specific song called "Another Life." And I wonder if you've said in different interviews that that's like, word for word, your feelings and what you were going through with your past relationship. And I wonder if now, when you perform that song, is it more difficult for you now that you are in a new relationship and extremely happy with this other guy, but you're an artist. So performing this song, there's got to be an emotion there. And I wonder if it's harder for you to perform that song now that you're in a new relationship.
I definitely do feel like, for whatever reason, for me, like as soon as I start playing a song that I wrote during a time where I was really heartbroken or really sad, like it's like an emotional roller coaster every night because those feelings literally come back, and you're just like, and that other people are feeling what you were feeling at that time too. So if I look out into the audience and see somebody who's like really torn up about that song, like I start crying, and it's just like entire thing. So yeah, it is like it's an emotional roller coaster because I still feel those things. Even though I'm happy now, it's like if I'm playing that song, it's like a flashback to that moment.
Sure. Sure. I get it. Let's talk about the Everybody Knows Everybody music video because I watched it earlier today and it looks like it was the most fun thing in the world to do. You're in all these different outfits. They're all like 70s themed outfits. Do you have, first off, I guess, tell me about making the music video and how fun that was. But do you have a favorite outfit that you got to put on while making that?
Oh my gosh. Well, so first, it was really, really fun. That was like, I remember getting, my manager texted me the treatment, and I was like, they said they all had a bet of whether I was gonna love it or hate it, and um, they were surprised that I loved it because I just was like, this is so cool. Like, if we do this right, if all of the outfits are like totally extreme, over the top, I will act over the top, and it'll just make it all like look really fun, not like we were trying to be serious in any way. So I just think I loved the way that it came out. I mean, I was wearing wigs. We like went all out with it. So it was really cool. I think my favorite look was the like purple kind of, it was kind of sparkly with tassels, and I had the wig with the big poof in my hair, and that one just kind of felt like a retro Barbie. So I really liked
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
If you haven't seen the video, by the way, make sure you go watch it because it's a lot of fun and it's a great song too. I want to ask you a question about. I was stalking your Instagram earlier, and there's a picture of you and your boyfriend with LeBron James. How in the hell do you guys know LeBron James? Like, what happened? That can you tell me that story? There's got to be a story.
Yeah. So I've actually performed the Canadian anthem for some NBA games, and this one I got to play it at the NBA All Star game. And so, you know, in the past when I had played, we'd have like some seats really far up, and we might not even stay depending on what I have the next day. So this time we were like, we want to stay and we want to watch the game. So um, somebody on my team surprised us with courtside seats. And I was like, this is really cool. But my boyfriend was like freaking out. He was like, no, no,
Yes.
like, get it. Like, this is the coolest thing. And I was like, well, I think it's really cool because Nicki Minaj is over there. Like, I'm not really like into the sports and stuff, but
Right.
as we were walking to our seats, like I thought maybe we'll be like 5 rows back from courtside. Like I didn't think it was going to be like right there. And there were two people sitting in our seats, and so they had to kick him out. And we were like, my boyfriend's knee was touching LeBron's knee. It was
Get out of
we were
here.
so close, and it was so cool that it was like such a fun game because LeBron was totally like, we kind of started talking with him, and then we got a picture with him, and it was just like, yeah, it was like one of the wildest things. I would have never expected that that.
That is unbelievable. If someone's, because you mentioned before that people were discovering your music for the first time when you were on The Bachelor. Now your song is in the top 20, but I wonder if someone's discovering you for the first time, they're listening to this interview or they're watching this interview. Is there one thing specifically that you hope they take away about you as an artist or about your songs?
I would say just that I'm writing from real life experiences, like 100%. The album Love, Heartbreak, and Everything in Between was everything I had been through over the last couple of years. And, starting with the breakup and then finding love and writing those love songs. And then just, the everything in between is just everything else in life that we go through. And there's a song about my mom in there. Like, it truly is, this album, I feel like, is who I am. So if anybody wants to get to know me, that's where they can start.
All right, I want to do some quick fire, silly questions, and then I want to play a game with you. All right. Number one, name one thing from Canada that you wish they had in Nashville.
It's a chocolate bar called Coffee Crisp.
Coffee Crisp. All right. Number two, how did you make your first dollar in music?
First dollar in music, I probably won like a singing contest. I did a lot of those when I was younger.
Do you remember how old you were, like ballpark? Are we talking like 10, 11, or are we talking teenager or
Like 10, 11. I started performing when I was like 8. So probably made a little bit of money around 10, 11. Yeah.
nice? Number three, what song makes you cry and what song makes you want to get up and dance?
Makes me cry. The House That Built Me. That song rips my heart out. It's literally everything. Like, it's my house. It's crazy. And then makes me dance. I would say it's probably like a Keith Urban song. I just love Keith Urban. I could dance to Keith Urban. I don't know. I couldn't pick an exact song.
It's good though. Number four, what's the first thing you do after waking up in the morning? Very first thing.
Like, to be totally honest, I check my phone.
We all do now, I think. I think we all do. Number five, what's your favorite song by another artist right now? Like your favorite tune right now?
Another song. Memory I Don't Mess With, the Lee Brice song.
Great song. Yeah. I want to play a RomCom quiz because the album is called Love, Heartbreak, and Everything in Between. And of course, Somebody Like That reminds me of a tune that you would see on The Bachelor or hear in a romantic comedy. So we're going to do three, and I'm going to give you one sentence that describes a popular rom-com, and we'll see if you can name the movie. All right? No pressure. I think they're pretty easy. Number one, the chief editor of a publishing company forces her assistant to marry her so that she won't be deported back to Canada. Name that rom-com.
Oh, The Proposal?
Yep, absolutely correct. Sandra Bullock, Ryan Reynolds. Number two, lower class boy meets upper class girl on a boat. Girl poses for scandalous portrait. Boat hits iceberg. Girl loses boy. Name that rom-com.
Titanic.
Yes, absolutely correct. Number three, I told you they're easy. Number three, a man reads a romantic story out of a notebook to a woman in a nursing home who turns out to be his wife. Name that rom-com.
The Notebook.
The Notebook. Perfect score. Tenille, look, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. We're going to play Somebody Like That here in a couple of seconds. I'm a big fan, truly. As soon as I heard I Hate This, I went through a deep dive of all of your music. I can't wait to watch you winning Entertainer of the Year here in a couple of years. I'm so excited for you. And thanks again for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the support. This is awesome.
Thanks, Tenille. Have a great day. Weekend, too.
You too.